Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Goosebumps Podcast Can Be Murder. I am your host, Bumps in the Night. I am brought to you with three other co-hosts. I have An Otaku's Life for Me, aka Josh.
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
I also have with me Brandon Sime, aka Dead Shock Studios, aka the Monster Truck Nerd.
Hello.
And I have with me the Grinch.
Hello.
And we are bringing you another review of one of the 62 of the original Goosebumps series. This is The Headless Ghost. Alright, so this is book number 37, The Headless Ghost. Off the bat, I'm just going to say, this is the most controversial thing I have to say about this book. This is one of the very few books, in my personal opinion, that the reprint art was better than the original art.
Yep, I agree with you on that one. I agree with that. I agree.
Granted, I don't dislike Jacobus's work. I just would have loved to see Jacobus do what this new one did in his own art style. I think that's so cool.
What? I don't remember what the actual reprint art looked like.
It's the ghost sliding down the stairs, on his feet. He's, surfing down the stairs with no head.
It looks so cool. It just looks so nice.
It's clean. He's glowing like he's ectoplasmic. It's nice, unlike the Jelly Jam reprint, which was just ass.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, though. This one, for me, I kind of like the original print because it just screams kind of Victorian ghosty kind of shit.
You see, and I think that's my problem. I fucking hate that.
I get that too.
I don't like Victorian ghosts. I don't think the whole, period pieces are, my kind of bag, and I think that's what probably is going to take away my points from my score here, besides the fact that this was ghost written. Ghost written by ghosts for ghosts. Let's get into it. This book is number 37. It follows the two protagonists, Duane and Stephanie. And The Haunting of Hill House, The Headless Ghost. Same thing. The Hill House is the biggest catalyst in this entire book. Like I said, it follows Stephanie and Duane. They kind of start out, they're the twin tears. They look identical even though they're not. They're best friends. They're practically twins, hence why they're called twin tears. And every day is Halloween for them. They go out and they sneak out and they do fuck shit. They prank the neighborhood. They throw fake bugs through people's windows. They just start making noises outside windows like prowlers. They're just little assholes, honestly. This takes place in a town called Wheeler Falls. So already off the bat, I don't like this book. But that's because I had an ex with the last name Wheeler, so yeah, hate it. So the big thing is Hill House. Hill House is the only tourist attraction this town has. It's just it's a pimple on the ass of America. And Wheeler Falls only has Hill House. That's the one big thing that people care about. And obviously it's a coastal town because it talks about the beach. So probably somewhere up in the Pacific Northwest, not that it really matters. Anyway, Duane is one of the twin tears, although I don't know if you guys noticed throughout the entire book, he is scared so easily. Half the first half of the book is just Stephanie fucking with Duane in the Hill House.
Yeah, he's a complete chicken.
Oh no, what is that? What do you mean? Oh my god, stop it! Dude, just be honest, dude. You don't like spooky stuff. You're not into scary shit. You just want to fuck Stephanie. That's all it is. Be real. Bro was simping before simping was simping. How many shots is that now, Grinch? 2? 3?
Yep. At least 4. At least.
Grinch says he started a new rule every time I make an adult joke. Someone should take a shot. Maybe I'll keep a shot counter in the edit. We'll see. Depends how I'm feeling. I'm not going to get to this till probably November, if I had to guess. Especially because I'm leaving for Japan next week. And thus ends the Japan trip.
Yeah, not just beer, you can get liquor.
What a fucking week. Anyway, so things to note. House was built by the sea captain in 1795. So interesting year. Very, very early on America for his wife. And once it was finished, he was called out to sea, where he never returned. His boat capsized and he died. That's most likely what happened. The wife was stricken with grief, so she left the house, never wanted to see it again. And wouldn't you know it, right after she leaves, the town starts reporting seeing a man with a lantern wander the halls calling for his wife. The captain came home, but nobody was there, except his ghost. You can actually see this captain on any bag of fish sticks that Gordon owns. He's the Gordon's captain. So next time you eat a fish stick, you think of the captain. Next, there was this family that moved in. I think they're like called the Crows, the Crones. It's not really important, but the family had this shitty little asshole of a kid. He was just like Terror the Terror level diabolical.
Yeah, she can go die in a hole for all I care.
Well, she's already dead, so you know.
Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning. Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
That's good. Okay, we're gonna resurrect her corpse and then we're gonna kill her again.
Monster Reborn!
So Andrew, you know, he's trolling around his Victorian home, being a little cuck and whatnot, and he happens upon this hidden room where he finds like Sea Captain's ghost, and he's like, oh.
Now that you found me, you can never leave.
And he's like, I need an adult.
And he's like, I am an adult.
As he gets closer to him.
So, can I help you?
No, but maybe I can help you.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
I need an adult. I am an adult.
Yeah, and he then pulls Andrew's head off.
No!
Now that you have seen me, you cannot leave.
One, that's fucking graphic. For a kid's book, that was fucking graphic. Let's just get that out right now. Two, the strength needed to do that. This was not a ghost. This was a fucking demon.
He was a bodybuilder.
Yeah, the bodybuilder.
No, he's a fucking demon, bro.
All I'm saying is, at this point, we need the K-pop demon hunters for this ghost.
Okay.
Come on, meta references every chance I get. You know me. I'm a slut for memes.
Also, it kind of reminds me of that scene from Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island where they try to pull off the head and they're like, oh, the baby is real!
Oh, yeah. You know what? I will use that. I forgot the pirate ghost zombie thing.
It's just a mask.
If this is a mask, Fred, it's a pretty darn good one. No.
It's the fisherman. No, it's the ferryman.
Roll.
Maybe it's real.
Zombie Island.
Zombie Island.
No, Zombie Island, yeah, that was a fire-ass movie.
It's one of the first few times that we actually had a real monster. It was a time jump, so we got to see into the future. Everyone had new outfits. It was like a little nostalgic because they all came back together. Feature-length film, fantastic soundtrack, multiple monsters. We had zombies and werecats. Great lore to it, and it was just all around a good time. The 2000s Scooby-Doo movies went harder than they had to be, and I respect them for that. So now that the ghost has skedoodled Andrew's head and hid it somewhere in the house, now Hill House got two ghosts. After growing bored of terrorizing the neighborhood back in the modern day, Stephanie and Duane decide to take the tour of the Hill House again, but this time they're going to sneak off, because they've already done this tour now a dozen times. So well, let's sneak off and go look for the head. We know all the nooks and crannies.
Another morning to savor the crunchy nooks and cranny splendor of a Thomas's English muffin.
Tom, which is a nook and which is a cranny?
That's a nook, cranny, nook, cranny. I mean, they should be teaching you this in school.
Mind you, this is a tour that's ran by two kind elderly, like an elderly couple. You got Otto and Edna, who run this Hill House tour. And this time during the tour, they meet this guy who's just like staring them down. He's like mean mugging the fuck out of them, just mad dogging them for no reason. And they meet this guy who introduces himself after the tour, and his name's Seth.
Do you want to see some real ghosts? Who are you? My name's Seth.
I'm Stephanie.
And I'm
And this is Duane.
I heard you guys talking last night. If you want to see the Headless ghosts, you have to wait for the house to close up and all the tourists to go home.
And Seth's like, oh, hey, you ever seen a real ghost? I have. Then he looks at Duane. He's like, Duane, you ever seen a grown man naked?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
I have. Seth has problems.
I don't know square.
Pretty much, dude. Seth's a monster. So Seth takes them on this private tour of the house while they're looking for the head. And then they bring up the dumbwaiter, which was kind of dumb. And Seth tells them the story about how there was another ghost, the ghost that fell down like the dumbwaiter and died.
What's this?
It's called a dumbwaiter. It goes all the way up to the attic. It was used to bring food up from the kitchen. You see, a long time ago, there was a boy who lived in this room. Andrew? The boy who lost his head? No, a different boy. A very spoiled boy who loved to eat ice cream. He just couldn't get enough ice cream. One day, the dumbwaiter didn't come all the way up. The boy reached, and he reached, until finally, he reached too far, and the maid found him at the bottom of the shaft.
It's weird because it never really gets brought up again after he tells that story. We get to a point where in the pantry, Seth locks Stephanie and Duane in the pantry, and he's just like, he turns and looks at Duane, and he's like, Duane, this isn't my head, and now I'm gonna take your head. And Duane's like, no, I'm too young to get head.
Got him.
Cause some came in the mail today. These nuts. Got him! Got him!
And
I guess Greg really liked that joke. I feel like someone's gonna be drunk by the end of this episode. Someone's gonna get drunk at the end of this episode.
all I'm saying is this. There's a lot of questions here. One, how the fuck you borrow a head? Like, I'm gonna reference the Boondocks here.
Last week in lunch, Riley says to a classmate, "Can a nigga borrow a French fry?" And my first thought wasn't, oh my God, he said the word, the N-word. It was, now how is a nigga gonna borrow a fry? Nigga, is you gonna give it back?
How you gonna borrow a head? What, you gonna give it back?
How the fuck are you gonna borrow a French fry? What the fuck you gonna give it back?
Exactly. And if you are gonna give it back, I'm pretty sure that person would be dead. This isn't fucking Naruto. You can't just swap eyeballs like light bulbs. But whatever, children's literature in the 90s, you know, chef's kiss, literally. Stephanie and Duane start like panics running and escape Seth as he like closes in because he's like, oh, I'm gonna take your head, and Duane's like, I'm not giving you head. He's like, you're gonna give me head as he chases him through the fucking house.
I wanna suck your dick. What the fuck? Who's there? Show yourself! I have been dead for centuries, and I love the cock. Ghost! Cock-sucking ghost! Scooby-Doo-Doo-Boo!
And going down a ladder because this entire place is just a knockoff Winchester mansion. They fall through a fucking wall, and inside the wall they find Andrew's head, like the real head. And then the headless ghost appears and just goes, mine, and he yoinks it. And he's just like, peace, late bitches, I'm going to the afterlife, and he fades away. And as they all just kind of sit there and like, wow, we just saw a ghost, Otto shows up and he's like, oi!
Oi, both of you!
Did you break away from the tour? I don't know why, I did like 3 fucking accents there. That's terrible. But he's like, oh man, you guys broke away from the tour? You're fucking up my Hill House. How could you?
So basically, what I was thinking of was, oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
And then he looks at Seth and he's like, Seth, my nephew, you're being an asshole again. Quit telling people you're a ghost. And then Duane and Stephanie just kind of go, huh, okay then. And so, you know, we get to the time frame where now Duane and Stephanie don't feel like comfortable being, like, they've grown out of scaring, I guess. This was like a trauma bomb. It kind of stopped them from being little assholes, from my understanding. I guess they were scared straight.
You just think you hard. You think it's all about Mr. Coco. You see those guys over there? They're gonna leave marshmallows in your cocoa.
Reference MTV.
Hell yeah.
So anyway.
And all it took was the little old man just like, come here, boy, give me them cheeks. There you were.
Anyway, you know, it's not delivery, Brandon, it's DiGiorno. Anyway, several weeks pass after this, and the Twin Towers,
You see the 2 towers, a huge explosion now raining debris on all of us. We better get out of the way.
9/11 reference. The Twin Towers have retired. Fuck. They have retired and decided that they're no longer going to be scaring people. They've taken an oath of, like, non-spookiness, I guess. And they decide, like, they're going to take the Hill House tour one last time. You know, they're going to tie off one last knot, one last hurrah, if you will. So the kids show up, and it's a pretty empty tour, and it's pretty much just them, and Edna and Otto are happy to see them, and they do the tour, and it's just like this fun little nostalgic moment where they're living like through the past again. It's all peaches and gravy.
We're all peaches and gravy,
if you will. Until they leave the tour. And then they leave the tour, and like as they're exiting the house, the police pull up, which, I mean, this is like, what, the 3rd time we've seen cops in Goosebumps?
You're under arrest.
Yeah.
Which, again, I get it as a cop. You know, you see 2 teens who are known to be little assholes. leaving a historic home, which is now abandoned. Yes, I said abandoned. And the cops are like, what are you doing here? And they're like, oh, we just took the tour. And the cops like, yeah, no, that's not possible. Hill House has been closed for 3 months. Now, here's the real mindfuck for me in this one. Hill House has been closed for 3 months. This part, like the little epilogue, if you will, was a couple weeks later. So I want you to reference that. A couple weeks later, several weeks, is not equate to 12 weeks. So this all happened, in my opinion at least, while Hill House was already closed.
So they were basically breaking it into a property for the last 3 months.
Yeah, so from my understanding, at least my twist on this, is that the entire time they were fucking around with Seth and they found Andrew and all this stuff and they did all this shit, Hill House was already closed. Anyway, the kids turn back, look at the window, and they see Edna and Otto in the window kind of wave and then like vanish into nothing. And that's the end of the book.
Wait, here's my question.
Yeah.
If it supposedly was closed the whole time, what about the group they were with? Like, weren't those two, or like, was it only Otto and Edna?
See, I don't know. The problem with this book, in my opinion, this is like, you're really much nail on the head. We don't really know when Hill House closed. We don't know how much of this shit's actually paranormal activity, because it just feels like ghost meets ghost meets ghosts meets it's like a fucking Machuska doll, and each Machuska's got another ghost in the ghost. I feel like I'm the ghost in the shell at this fucking point.
I that's why the episode's a little bit better, because it has understanding of the story better than the book.
Brother, a little bit? It's a lot of it better. This is one of the few times the episode fucking knocks it out of the park where the book seems to, stagnate in the water here. But we'll get to the episode in a minute. So anyway, I get what they're going for. It definitely is like it's got a scare factor to it. And if you believe in ghosts and ghost stories as a child, it could definitely wrestle a few jimmies for you. But it's just a little too fucking convoluted and a little too, like, I call it the Naruto theory. And that's where, like, this guy's the big bad, but just kidding, he's being controlled by this guy, but just kidding, this guy's controlling him, just kidding, this one's being controlled by him, just kidding, this one's controlled by the goddess herself. Like, there was just always a bigger bad behind, in a way. There's always another ghost. There's ghosts around every corner. I guess you could say Hill House was lousy with ghosts. I'm gonna cut a Seinfeld to edit in there.
You know, there's like always one location in your neighborhood, one store location that's constantly changing hands. Everybody has this in their neighborhood. It's a leather store, then it's a yogurt shop, then it's a pet supply. It's like constantly changing. Nobody can do business there. It's like some sort of Bermuda Triangle of retail, you know. Stores open up and then they just disappear without a trace.
Anyway, I guess we'll also talk about the good and the bad. So Josh, tell me something good. Let's start there.
I like the ghost aspect as a kid, and then something bad. I had watched a lot of ghost stuff in the media at this point, to where the story was kind of dry to me.
Okay. Brandon, tell me something good, tell me something bad.
Probably the head decapitation. That, genuinely freaked me out as a kid.
And something you didn't like.
Like you said earlier, just how convoluted it was. I remember as a kid when I first read this book, I kind of just... Because I watched the episode before I read the book. So going from the episode to the book was really weird for me, because I'm I'm genuinely lost. What am I not comprehending here?
Brother, it wasn't you. It was just... It was like an elf.
Well, it was...
No, it was like an elf when they're trying to fix this children's book and it's missing the last 3 pages of the book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Deep cut. I guess it's just how convoluted it was. The ending was kind of just... I don't want to say lackluster, but just kind of indifferent to me.
Dog water. All right. Grinch, tell me something you like, something you didn't like.
Something I like is that at least with the book, they tried to leave the ending abrupt. Like, hey, what do you think happened? Was it all real? Was it all fake? The one thing I don't like is that this is the only book I read so far in the Goosebumps series where the main characters actually survive their encounter with supernatural stuff. Most of the books are either on a cliffhanger or they die, but this is the one where it's oh, they survived.
Okay, so here's the Earth. Chilling. Damn, that is a sweet Earth, you might say. Wow. Alright, ruling out the ice caps melting, meteors becoming crashed into us, the ozone layer leaving, and the sun exploding, we're definitely going to blow ourselves up.
Okay, I don't think they ever actually say they die. It implies that they never actually say they die in Goosebumps. At least in the original season 2.
Motherfucker, Andrew died. They pulled his head off.
What does that have to do with anything?
No. He's got a point.
Well, here's the thing. That's the only. Well, I mean, yeah.
Frankenstein!
Where? I'm talking about main characters, not like the monster itself, dude. Yeah, I feel like these are the only 2 main characters from the Goosebumps series that survived their encounter with the supernatural out of all the original 62.
Yeah, no. No.
Like, they walk out like, oh, everything's fine, we just encountered ghosts. That seems normal.
Personally, for me, I like the concept. I think building multiple ghost stories into it is not a bad idea. Personally, it's kind of how, like, when I play Yu-Gi-Oh! I build at least 3 strategies into each deck. You might shut down A or B, but bitch, you didn't see C coming.
So fast, Kaiba!
However, if you're gonna fucking do that, you need to at least, like, streamline, because this was very sloppy. I felt like I was looking at a toddler's crown art, and I'm just like, what are you trying to draw there? Is that a plane or a gorilla? You know, I couldn't tell. Very messy, in my opinion, as they kind of, like, cleaned up, but whatever, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Especially when R.L. Stine was pimping out 5-letter prompts to people being like, write a story about ghosts. And then he paid someone to do it. Let's go to a rating system, and then we'll talk about why the episode is superior. Starting with Grinch, what would you rate this and why?
Probably a 6, maybe, because the concept is good, like you said, but it's just very, you know, anticlimactic. There's no real villain of this story, unlike the other books.
Josh, what do you rate it and why?
5. It's just meh. It's just there. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think they were ever in any real danger the entire time.
Alright, Brandon?
I'll give it a 6 as well. Probably just because it felt like there was too many chefs cooking the book at once. Like, it felt like there was just too much going on and not enough cohesion. What I'm trying to say is it didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, there was not enough glue on this puzzle. So yeah, this was about as well built as the trailer pin in Jelly Jam, where the fucking trailer just like let go of the truck and went ding, 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 downhill. Cheaply made. I'm more with Josh on this one. I feel like this is closer to a 5 for me. Like, it's not ass, but it's not great. So that's really not hard. 2 5s, 2 6s. That's gonna be 5.5. So,
hooray!
Unfortunately, 5.5 puts this as an F tier book. It wanted to do too much.
You just look right in here, look in there, and you see that you're doing too much.
You're doing too much, book. Let's talk about the episode now. Unlike the book, the episode is a little more streamlined. Starts out where it shows the headless ghost becoming the headless ghost. The kid's looking around for supposedly a ghost. We don't know who the ghost is. And it rips his fucking head off. And we don't actually see it, but we see the shadow, which is already hardcore. So anyway, from there, it kind of picks up same deal. The twin terrors, you know, they're palling around outside this house somewhere in Canada, and they're gonna go do this haunted house tour. Well, we meet Otto, and this time though, Otto looks a lot like a picture they show on the wall. Hint, hint. What do that's important? While they're doing the tour, it's been a while since I've watched this one, but I know they come across once again Seth, and Seth's like, oh man, like, you know, I can show you some real ghosts. You only see them after the tours stop at night when the lights go out. So like, they decide to sneak back into Hill House and do essentially a private after hours tour. Duane's the same thing, just like in the book. He's a big old pussy. Everything scares him. He's only there because he wants to impress Stephanie and because, you know, Seth keeps pushing his buttons, calling him chicken. They do show the dumbwaiter just like they talked about in the book, but this one it makes more sense because they kind of go into the backstory where, like, it almost sounds like Andrew was...
Yeah, him getting the ice cream and whatever.
Yeah, it almost sounds like Andrew was more so the dumbwaiter ghost, the way they paint it, but it's not. Another thing too is, like, Stephanie is definitely the leader of this duo. It's known by, like, Otto, who runs the tours. Like, he knows that she's a little monster. Because in the beginning of the episode, I forgot to mention, one of the most fantastic things is while he's telling a story to a group, Stephanie reaches out from under the bed and grabs a little girl's ankle and makes her scream.
Sure, right? Come out of there right now.
Gotcha.
And he just looks at her and he's like, this little bitch. Like, he's had enough. Yeah. He's like, if I could beat you, I fucking would. Like, you could just see that I would kill you if I could in his eyes.
He has general disdain for her, yeah.
Yeah, because she mocks Hill House and he didn't appreciate that.
And it became personal with me.
They do the dumbwaiter thing. They fuck around a little bit more. And then Seth leads them upstairs to the captain's study because it tells them about this captain who was a ghost. And while they're up in the study, that's when Otto appears, who's the tour guide. And then Seth starts doing this shit, I think once or twice, maybe before this. Seth pulls the, I want your head. He does the same thing to Duane. He does the whole headless ghost gag. But it turns out Seth's not the headless ghost because you actually get to see the headless ghost in the captain's study. And his head, which is not hidden this time, is actually in the dumbwaiter. So then Otto shows up and he reveals that he's also a ghost.
I'm Squidward.
What kind of fool do you take me for? He's Squidward, you're Squidward, I'm Squidward! Are there any other Squidwards I should know about?
Meow.
He is the sea captain ghost. And then Seth reveals that he's also a ghost. He's the dumbwaiter ghost. And they've decided that Stephanie's going to be joining them because she doesn't appreciate, the spiritual world. So they send Duane away and start painting Stephanie into, the ghost world by, I guess once her picture's painted, she becomes a ghost, which was weird. Whatever, you gotta make do with a shoestring budget. But right as she's almost killed by the painting, Duane goes back and saves her because he's like, yo, that's my bitch. I'm gonna marry her someday.
I love you, bitch. I ain't gonna never stop loving you, bitch.
He was simping for her. If he didn't have a crush on her, he would not have gone back because he was a pusillanimous.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, he goes up there, throws a pitcher of water on Otto's painting. It stops the ghosts from essentially making her a ghost, and the two of them escape. And that's pretty much the end of it, I think. I don't remember how it actually ends from there.
The ending is that a group of people are going to buy Hill House, and Otto is showing them, "Oh, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. Let me show you." And then it hasn't closed the door with an evil smile as they are. I think the kids are watching them.
Yeah. So they go from giving tours to now Otto become the real estate agent, and he sells it, meaning they're gonna add another ghost to the collection anyway. Which, again, was this episode Haunted Mask level good? No, but it was enjoyable. It was a lot more enjoyable. If you compare ghost episodes, this was more enjoyable than the Ghost Next Door, in my opinion, or the Barking Ghost. It's always one of those ones. It's in my opinion, it's a unique spin, kind of like the Shocker on Shock Street one, where it's entertaining enough you can watch it more than once. I'm like, okay, I could watch this next year for Halloween. It was just more streamlined.
Doesn't that make Otto like an evil Bob Ross?
I guess. Captain's gotta have hobbies. Yeah. The only reason he targeted Stephanie is because she didn't respect the spirits, and he made it very clear that she needed to stop fucking with Hill House, and she didn't listen. So when she fucked around, she found out. Like I said, overall, there was a lot of questionable plot points that they tied together. In the story, in the episode just did it better than the book. Cutting stuff out sometimes can prove to be more fruitful. We've seen it right here. Yeah, not really a lot of bad things to say about it. It was a 90s episode, and that's exactly what it'll be. Thank God it didn't get dragged through the mud with the canceled Disney series.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah.
I won't imagine it.
Exactly. The headless ghost, but this time it's a cat. It's just fucking stupid. Let's rate this, and then we'll close out. After we talk about the true villain, starting with Josh, what would you rate the Headless Ghost episode?
I'm gonna give it a 7. It's okay. Solid watch.
Brandon, what would you rate the episode?
I'll give it a 7.
Grinch, what would you rate the Headless Goat?
9.
9, okay.
9.
Hey.
Okay.
Dude saw Absolute Cinema. I'm with you guys.
I'd rather watch that than Stray P.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Definitely.
Hell yeah. Anyone would rather watch this than Strained Peas. I'd rather watch Paint Dry than Strained Peas. The fuck?
Hold on now.
I'd rather watch Zoology than watch Strained Peas.
Okay, that's pushing it, buddy.
Well, you know what I mean, though.
Wait, are we saying one part of Chillology or all of Chillology?
No, one part.
Okay, because if I had to watch all of Chillology,
if I have my choice, I'm watching part 3, and that's it.
I would watch one episode. If I had to choose though between all of Chillology or Strained Peas, I would just watch Strained Peas because it's shorter and that saves me time in the long run. But if it's one for one, I'm with Brandon.
If the entirety of Chillology or Strained Peas, I would watch Strained Peas. But if it's just one episode of Chillology, I would just watch one episode.
I'd rather watch an old story, honestly.
I can't wait till.
Oh God, I'd rather watch Awesome Ants.
Those are both good ones. Anyway, I can't wait till we decide to get to the part where we're going to be talking about Chillology and decide to make an episode on it, because there's no book to review, but we'll definitely review the 3 episodes as one. Who do you think the true... Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't add my score. I'm going to give it a 7 as well.
Nope.
So that makes
it got
30. Divide that by 4. 7.5. So that's C tier. Makes sense. It's a decent episode.
Not bad.
Yeah, not the best, not the worst. Pretty decent. Starting with Brandon. Who was the true villain of the book?
The true villain of the book was the Ghost Rider.
Ooh, meta. Okay. Josh.
The true villain of the book, just kids, dumbass kids being dumbass kids.
Okay, so adolescents. Grinch.
Yeah, Otto, because he takes these people on tours. The people don't know that he's actually a ghost.
For me, I'm going to say that the true villain of the book was the Sea.
The sea was angry that day, my friends.
The Sea killed Otto, which created the first ghosts, which created in turn the rest of these ghosts.
How would Otto go into the Hill House if he died at sea?
That's another great question.
Your ghost isn't always bound to the spot you died.
True, but I'm going to say, you know what? That is a major plot point that he pointed out. Fantastically right.
Sometimes they say that your spirit can go to wherever you felt the most at home. So since he was most at home with his wife, he went back to the Hill House, but she fucking up and left. Unlike the book, where the fuck is his wife? Like,
she left.
Don't see her at all.
She left. She was sad. She left.
She was fucking destroyed by his death, so she just left.
And that's important now because guess what? It's a story. So, let's go into closing statements so I can get back to editing because I'm going to Japan, motherfuckers! Josh, closing statement.
Do not go into houses that have headless ghosts.
Okay, Brandon.
Don't give R.L. Stein a shoestring budget to give to a ghostwriter.
Fair enough, that's a good point. I respect that.
Grinch.
Don't let an old sea captain paint you a picture because you might get trapped in it.
Okay. This was a book. I can't wait till we rank them all, like in descending order, and try to figure out. This is definitely middle of the
All I
road.
gotta say is this is gonna be a 10 out of 10. It's the best book ever created. You know, masterpiece. Come on.
Yeah, dude, this book makes me do cock push-ups.
Use the cock.
Dude, this book was so good. It cured my aunt's cancer.
Oh God.
This book was so good it cured my Tourette's.
A bullshit? A bullshit?
Shit. Oh wait, too late. I've irregularly lapsed.
Well, it's
That's
like,
true.
I don't know. The way Brandon said that comment though made me think of him eating the guacamole tire trucks on his monster trucks.
Oh God. Oh God. That's
I'm a cancer patient.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Cancer patient Brandon. Anyway.
Man.
All right, classic Sime. Join us next, whenever the fuck we do this. I'll see you all around the campfire next time when Josh pulls out his meat and grosses us out.
The fuck don't we know? Oh no.
This has been Goosebumps Podcast Can't Be Murder. One of you is in danger. Oh no, bro. I pulled out my meat and the boys didn't like it.
Anyways.
Oh no, bro.